Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm gonna talk about case of corruption that happened in Malaysia. It's about company called Hydroshoppe that was involved with bribery and stealing public money. I will also compare the case with similar corruption case that happened in other countries like Brazil or Germany. By the end, you will understand how corruption can prevent corruption and minimize integrity. This is important because corruption damage trust in government and companies and is harms ordinary people who need basic service like clean water. By the end, me and my group I'm gonna present you this and you will fully understand inshallah. So let's get started. So first, what is corruption integrity? Corruption integrity means that company operation with honestly and transparency. It's not just about following the law, it's about doing the right things even if nobody watch. Think of it like this: a company with integrity trades in employers fairly, does not cheat customers, and does not bribe government office. In Malaysia, the government has planned to call it a national anti-corruption plan, which implies that compliance must have integrity units. This specially terms inside companies whose job is prevent corruption and unethical behaviors. Corruption integrity is like moral compass of company that guide all decisions. For the second point, how the corporate corruptions happen? It happen in many ways. The most common are bribe, which has mean paying officer to get favor and fueled. It's mean lying about money documents. Employment is when employers steal company money. There is something called principal agents problem. Imagine your own company, but the head management run it. The manager hide act at their own interest instead of our company interest. They might take bribe and hide it. The, that this happens when there is weak supervisor. And when the company culture says make money is more important than doing the right things. When companies does not have strong rules and oversight, corruption becomes more easy. From that, you learn how why you should have a strong rule.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hamid Amiri. My meeting number is 525-112-3226. I want to speak about the fraud triangle theory, and this slide is contents. 1. Pressure, financial targets and competition for contracts. 2. Opportunity, weak internal control and political connections. 3. Rationalization, justifying unethical acts as normal business. All three elements must be present for fraud to occur. And there is a theory that explains why people commit fraud. It's called the fraud triangle. It has three parts. First is pressure. This means financial stress or targets that are hard to meet. In business, companies feel pressure to win contracts and make profits. Second is opportunity. This means there are we control and make it easy to commit fraud. For example, if companies doesn't check financial records carefully, or if officials have political connections and that protect them. Third is rationalization. And this means people convince themselves that what they are doing is okay. And this might say, everyone does it this, or this is normal business practice. When all three elements exist together, fraud is likely to happen. The hydroshopic is what happened. This latest contains 1. Private water supply company based in Kuala Lumpur. 2. Good government contracts between 2014 and 2019. 3. Executive charged with bribery and overbilling for estimated 50 million ringgit loss to government. 5. Investigation by Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MSCC. Now let me tell you about Hydroshoppe. It was a private company that built water supply systems for the government from 2014 to 2019. They got many contracts worth millions of ringgit, but in 2020, investigators discovered something wrong. And the executives had been bribing government officials to get these contracts. And they also inflated the prices of projects and stole public money. And they created fake shell companies to hide the money. And they falsified financial records to cover their tracks. And the total loss to the government was about 15 million ringgit, and that is money that should have been used to provide clean water to people. Instead, it went into the pocket of corrupt officials and company executives.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. My name is Mustafa Ahmed. Mating number 82511231199. So today I'm going to talk about the crimes and the punishments. The crimes committed by the company and the punishments that followed. So firstly, the company was involved in bribery of public servants to secure project contracts unfairly. Secondly, they inflated project costs and overbilled, meaning they charged the government more money than the real value of the work. Third, they use shell companies to hide illegal payments and make the money trail harder to detect. So fourthly, they falsified financial records to cover up the corruption and make the company's account look clean. And finally, the core verdict was a 20 million ringgit fine, and the directors were banned from holding office for 5 years. So this punishment shows how seriously corruption is treated under the Malaysian law and highlight the importance of transparency in business operation. So now let's talk about the ethical failure of the Hydroshop and the main reason behind it. Firstly, the company had no clear integrity policy or whistleblower procedure, so employees had no safe way to report wrongdoing or corruption. Secondly, there was a lack of procurement transparency, meaning the process of getting contracts was not open or fair. Thirdly, the company suffered from weak board oversight and poor internal controls, which allowed the unethical decisions to go unchecked. Fourth, the Hydroshop ignored the OECD governance principles, which promote honesty, accountability, and corrupt responsibility. Finally, there was a culture of impunity and unethical leadership. The top managers acted if they were above the law, setting a bad example for everyone else. So the Hydroshop felt ethical because of the poor leadership, weak systems, and a lack of transparency. This case reminds us that strong ethical values are, are for long-term success in any organization. And thank you.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Bahruddin Faisal Bahar. Matric number 8251123204. In this page, I will show you comparison, better parts and seams. Hydroshop, a local. I will start with Hydroshop. Hydroshop is a local company in Malaysia. Was part of comparison cases. It helped the countries learn more about fighting distance and show it that even small companies can make big change. In Brazil, Peter Pumps, a big oil company, used middlemen to hide illegal money and purpose. This become high scandal and hurt Brazil economy. Third, Sims, a famous company from German, was also involved in corruption, shows that even big companies can make mistakes. Those stories change how people see business around the world. The lesson is simple. Every company should follow the law, have strong rule, and be led by honest people who always want to is right. How to stop corruption in Malaysia? Here are 5 ways to stop corruption in Malaysia. First, make sure companies are managed well and their money is checked carefully. Second, leader must be honest and show that corruption is wrong. Third, use system ISO 3701 to find and stop corruption. Fourth, project people who report corruption so that they don't get punished. Fifth and last one, work together. The government and companies and people must be help each other. When everyone work together and follow the laws, corruption become very hard to hide it. Building integrity in Malaysia. In conclusion, corruption companies is not allow legal problem. Let us it's also more and calculate problem. The headership case teaches us that when leaders are agree and there is no control, ordinary people suffering. They don't get clean water and they start to lose trust in the government. Malaysia has taken important steps to stop corruption by passing Section 17A. This shows that country wasn't fairness, honest, and better leadership for everyone. Thank you for watching, and let us remember the fighting corruption starts with honest people and good leadership. Together, we can build better future.